Hello, Kenny Harper here, and with me is the beautiful Pilar Ortiz, and we're going to be learning a little bit more about Pilar, her background, as she is a rock star professional, and I'm excited because I got to connect with her and meet her at the National Speakers Association's conference, Influence 2016 in Phoenix, Arizona. So welcome, Pilar.
Thank you, Kenny. It's awesome. And how did you do? Yes, I'm a rock star.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to be here. It was wonderful meeting you in Phoenix. And now we got to know more about each other's business and what we do. And I am so glad to be here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much for this impromptu interview, by the way. Looking for someone who could step up to the plate and do an awesome job. Pilar is your lady. I initially heard your voice on the CDs that came out by the National Speakers Association. If you're a member, you get these CDs in the mail, and they have wonderful interviews and tips. And Pilar is one of the hosts, along with Stephen Iverson. Yes.
Yeah, we have the opportunity to be co-host of the podcast that goes to 4,000 members. By the way, the first time that a Latina did it, so I guess they were looking for that accent. So we did it for 2015, 2016. We just finished our year. Now, starting this month, we will have another person. Every year, someone from the National Speakers Association is chosen to do that. So that was great. And yes, I remember you. I think you heard my voice and you're like, "You're Pilar."
It was really cool.
That's how it works. Yeah. And by the way, for right now, National Speakers Association has the application VOE, Voices of Experience, VOE NSA, for free available. If other people want to download it, that pretty much could change the next year because it's only for professionals. But as now, they can download it for free and listen to it.
Oh, super cool. Something to take advantage of. And awesome. You're giving gifts to our listeners, which is pretty cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
So before we jumped on this impromptu interview, I was sharing with you that my agency is putting on an event, Claim My Stage, and we're inviting entrepreneurs with the attitude, the expertise, and the drive to want to define a bold vision and create the strategies to achieve it. You've had a bold vision. You've done some amazing things in your career. So I'd just like to pick your brain, and if you're to give some aspiring entrepreneurs who are looking to take their gig to the next level, what's one thing that was helpful for you that you've learned along your way as an entrepreneur that you'd like to pass on?
Absolutely. And I love that you are doing this, you and your partners, because it's so needed. It could be in two ways. I can see it in two different ways. One, a person like me, I never thought about being an entrepreneur, being a business owner. My background is in broadcasting, 25 years of television as reporter, anchor, producer. That wasn't on my radar. But when I lost my job as the TV anchor for Univision for 11 years, one day I got to my office and I got a box. Thank you very much, Pilar. I became like, whoa, what happened here? And a lot of people have been in that situation. I didn't know what I was going to do. My first reaction was to look for another job. And it was a little later that somebody else saw it. And they said, you have a business in your hands. And I took the steps at the time to become that rock star, as you call it, meaning that we have skills, we have a story to tell, we could be an engineer, a CPA, whatever it is. If you want to do something on your own, you can. You just have to find the right people to understand how important it is to brand yourself, how important it is to reach the right market, and how important it is to look for help. On the other side, you have the person that is already a business owner, an entrepreneur, And maybe they think they have it all, but they don't realize that if they want to grow faster and bigger, it makes just sense to reach to the right people, because we can grow until some point by ourselves. But then even if we have employees or we have help, we need that creative thinking around us. The other way of looking. I love one of our colleagues in NSA. She says, we cannot see the label when we are inside of the jar. So it makes sense. So I love what you're putting together, Kenny. I think is great. I work with a lot of speakers and entrepreneurs from what I do, which is communications, presentation skills, how to be outstanding on video, media interviews. And I see the need for what you are offering.
Awesome. Now your accent gives us the indication that you are the bilingual lady and can speak in multiple languages. So
do I have an accent, do you think?
Just a little one.
I've been working on it. I'm just kidding. Of course, Spanish is my first language. Those are the only two languages that I know. I learned English late in life. I was already 30 years old when I came to this country, and I learned English.
So just a couple years ago.
A couple of years ago, yeah, just like yesterday. So, but the point is, we think sometimes that we are too old for some things. How come I'm going to learn? And you learn. I mean, I just joined a class, and like everything else, I put my discipline and my focus on it, and I did it. And Spanish, yeah, I'm from Colombia. I started my career as a reporter in Colombia, speaking only Espanol. Eso es todo. But now here I serve the two communities. I help English speakers, Spanish speakers to speak better, to communicate, to do presentation skills, videos, or I can do it for them as their talent, spokesperson or MC in English or Spanish. And a funny thing, when I got the call about Voices of Experience, I think you are going to enjoy this. I always like to be better and to find people that are going to help me to grow. And before I said yes, I did two things. One, I wanted to meet Steven because he was going to be my co-host, and I wanted to make sure we had that energy. And second, I knew about my accent, and I thought, okay, if I say yes, I'm going to make sure I hire a coach, not because I want to lose my accent. I'm very proud of it. But I did hire a coach when I said yes, because I wanted to make sure I was pronouncing correctly. I wasn't like missing those EGs at the end of the words that sometimes are difficult for us, like walked or talked, because we know it when we write it, but when we say it, we don't have those sounds in Spanish. I will say I talk. And I just wanted to do it the best way possible, and that's what I did. So that's the story about the English to Spanish. But I enjoy the accent, and I'm blessed having both.
Well, awesome. There's two great lessons that you taught us right there. Number one, that you have the power to do things in your life. It's up to you. You can make it happen in any background. And number two, it's never too late. Two awesome ideas for sharing with the people who are aspiring to be the bold entrepreneurs that they have the ability to be.
And so, probably one more I would add.
Three. Awesome.
Three.
Yeah.
It will be, I lost it because we just did that. Hold on. We are always in a place to learn something. Some people will say, no, I don't need it. But when we see people like Brian Tracy in the first row in an NSA convention, writing down notes and learning, I could have said, I have enough English to do it. I don't really need the coaching. I'm okay where we are. And I could probably, with my background, I could have done it with what I had. But it's always that potential that let's grow a little bit more. Let's stretch it a little bit more, even if it feels a little uncomfortable, because we could be in a comfort zone like, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay with the business I have. But what about if I try something different and I grow even more? So I think that's another lesson, that even when we think we have it all, or it works with a lot of my clients. I work with some people that have fear of public speaking and they need tools to overcome those fears. Believe it or not, I was one of them years ago when I covered the death of Pablo Escobar, one of the most dangerous drug dealers of all times. I was the one taking. I had to take classes to overcome the fear of public speaking, and I do that now as a living, for a living. So it's funny how everything works. But on the other hand, I work with a lot of clients that don't have any fear. They're executives, entrepreneurs, successful speakers even. But I always help them to go to that next level as I hire a coach to do the same with me.
That's great. So the 3 lessons you can take away, which is really cool. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for this time. And a shameless plug, do you have a website or something that you'd like to promote while we're wrapping up here?
Absolutely. I would love to. My name, Pilar Ortiz. That's PILARORTIZ.com. If it's easier, you can go sheisthevideopro.com. It will take you to the same place. That is my website, and I have something also for the people that would like to get a weekly tip for free, some training, video training. It will be up very soon, English or Spanish. So that's my website, or you can look for me in LinkedIn or Facebook. I would love to connect, and I'm so glad, Kenny. I hope to go to Jacksonville very soon. We are in Florida. I'm in Clearwater in the Tampa Bay area. I hope to see you here soon. I'm sure we are going to do things together because we are serving this community, and the people out there, you watching, you need Kenny. You need the world to know your story. Thank you very much, and I am so, so happy that I got to meet you.
Well, thank you very much. Have a blessed day, and we'll catch you, everyone else, on the rerun.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.